Hey there, this is John Longenecker, and I'm talking with Kai Noah. And she lives in Oregon, but we're both real interested in two furry little cows that live in Vermont. How did you get interested in those two little furry cows?
I've always been interested in rescuing animals, and I came across this article about Bill and Lou being slaughtered, and it didn't seem fair to me due to the fact that they have been working for the farm for 11 years. It didn't make sense. I thought that their meat probably wouldn't be edible at that point, for one thing. But for another thing, I think I had also read somewhere that in Vermont it's a law to retire livestock, not to slaughter them for food.
Oh, that's neat. What do these cows look like?
These two big oxen, they're named Bill and Lou. They seem to be beloved by all. There's tons of pictures with the students of the college hugging them and being close to them, and everybody seems to love them. They just caught my eye.
Has it gotten very much attention from people outside the college?
It's gotten tons of attention from outside the college. There's 5 different petitions floating around the internet. The goal was to reach 30,000 signatures, and they exceeded that by 100,000 signatures. At this point, there are probably like 150,000 signatures from all over the world. People just wanting to rescue and save and rehabilitate Bill and Lou and get them to a sanctuary as opposed to having them slaughtered.
Wow. Do you know much about what can be done?
The sanctuary would just provide for them. They wouldn't have to work. They wouldn't be work oxen anymore. They would be not pets either. They would still be livestock. Apparently, livestock aren't allowed to have rights, whereas pets now have laws that they have rights. The sanctuary would feed and care for and exercise if need be. I would imagine that they would completely rehabilitate Lou's leg so that he's able to walk around and not be put down. It's supposed to be this lovely place. There's a few different sanctuaries who have offered to take them free of charge to Green Mountain College. So we're just hoping that Green Mountain College will change their mind.
It seems like that the story is already kind of taken off by hundreds and even thousands of people, and it's got a whole bunch of ramifications to the story. There's so many feel-good aspects to the story. What do you think about how it could be promoted to kids and adults and other people all around the country in such a heartwarming way? Do you have some ideas?
I have a few ideas. If they go ahead and slaughter Lou and Bill, then I think that there will be people who want to boycott going to Vermont, which would then be a negative effect. But if Vermont tourism supports saving Bill and Lou, then I imagine that people will want to come and visit the famous oxen, because that's what they're being called at this point.
It sure seems to me that there's plenty of other vegetables and plants, and unfortunately there's a lot of other meat things to eat in the United States of America besides Bill and Lou, don't you think?
If people really want to get their meat from somewhere, they could go somewhere else. They don't have to eat Bill and Lou.
Compared to eating them, having tourists come and see them and having people take pictures of them and making books about them and stories and videos and news reports, there's just a never-ending, wonderful story in lots of ways to talk about Lou and Bill way beyond how they tasted with some ketchup and some French fries.
My idea is that they should be therapy oxen, so that people with disabilities or children that are going through chemotherapy or veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder can come and visit these oxen and find a way to help themselves get through whatever it is that is keeping them getting better. Therapy-assisted animals are just there so that the people can talk to them or just be near them or groom them. Animal-assisted therapy has been proven to make huge headway with people that are suffering with any kind of emotional or physical trauma. On November 10th, the school might be getting together to have recounts of the votes for Bill and Lou being left to live. I would imagine the whole entire town would be thrilled if Bill and Lou were allowed to live.